Hi guys, it's SimLicy here, so welcome to another apartment renovation. So today I am renovating this apartment, which is one of the Culpeper House apartments. You can see the address on the top left hand side of the screen, so if you'd like to place it in your game, that's where it goes. So for this apartment, I am decorating it for a single dad and his 3 daughters. I thought this was such a fun idea because recently I got a suggestion over my community tab for some of my pre-recorded videos to do an apartment for a single mom who only has boys, and so that one is definitely coming, but I was inspired by that suggestion to do one for a single dad who only has girls, and I just really love the way this apartment came together. It's probably one of my most favorites I have ever done. It just feels like so cozy and homey and lived in and just super cozy. Like everything I love about building and decorating in The Sims, I feel like this apartment has, and I really enjoyed the floor plan too. I've never done this floor plan in this apartment before, but I think it actually works really, really nicely. Like I'm really pleased with how much space like the bedrooms have. The living area I thought ended up being a pretty good size too, and yeah, I was really happy about it. It has the 3 bedrooms and then only 1 bathroom, but there is like this really cool utility laundry room. So if you really need another bathroom in this build, you could probably turn that into like a little like half bath with just like a toilet and sink. But I really wanted to put a washer and dryer in this build because I don't do that a whole lot in apartments because I often just don't really worry about it too much because I don't always have the space for it. But it's not always realistic to not have a washer and dryer in an apartment. But then sometimes I feel like it is realistic because then there might be like a community area within the apartment building that has like a laundry room in it, like a whole like laundromat part of the apartment complex, or they may go to a laundromat that's like nearby. And in my save file, there's going to be like several laundromats because I should probably mention that not all of my apartments that are for my save will have washer and dryers in them. This apartment is not for my save file, but I just like decorating apartments anyways, and I'll decorate them no matter if they're for my save or not. But yeah, anyways, so here you can see the living area. I decided to merge these 2 couches together and make kind of like a sectional sofa, and I think that looks so good. That's the type of sofa that I would love to see in game, hopefully eventually. But for now, I don't think they look too bad if we make them ourselves, especially this one. This couch came from Parenthood, and I love the pillows so much. I really wish this couch had more colors because some of them are harder to use, but this one I feel like is really easy to use. And I also really like the way this whole kitchen area turned out. I end up putting like a bunch of decorations on the refrigerator, like artwork and post-it notes and like pictures and stuff. Like I wanted it to feel as if the dad was displaying like, you know, the kids' artwork or like their grocery shopping lists or things like that. So I definitely just really enjoyed like this whole living area so much. It's probably my favorite part of the build. And the teenage daughter's room. I think her room is really cool. I was trying to really think of the kids' personalities while building this. And for the teenager, I was thinking she wants to be, I think she wants to be famous. I'm not sure if she wants to be an actress or a musician, but I figured she was really into makeup and like performing and stuff, so I put a microphone in there. I also put this whole vanity area with like a bunch of like makeup and clutter, and I put books around, and it just looks really cool and detailed, so I had a lot of fun with that. And then for the 2 girls, so I wasn't sure if the children's Sims were twins. I'm not sure. Either way, they're both child age, and I was thinking they're kind of opposites of one another. And so one of them is very girly, very organized. I feel like she's very into like cleanliness and being tidy, and she's really studious and all that kind of stuff. And then her sister is like the polar opposite of her. She's into like, I feel like she's more into like getting dirty and maybe collecting bugs, and she's into science fiction, and she's a little bit more like feisty and probably like a goofball and not really so worried about getting good grades, like completely opposite to her sister. So I think it would be fun if they were twins, but of course that's totally up to you if you guys decide to play in this apartment. But I mean, you don't have to play with this family at all. You could play with any family. I think any family would really work in this apartment like so well. I'm like really pleased with the way it turned out. But here you can see I'm picking out some clutter items to put around the kitchen. I did playtest this kitchen. Even though there's not like a whole lot of counter space, your Sims can use the corner countertop to use like the chopping block and the mixing bowls. Even though I put that cereal box there, it doesn't block your Sims from using it. So I was really happy about that. And I did make the chair that's snapped to, or one of the chairs that's not snapped to the kitchen table, I made it kind of askew. So you would want to snap it to the actual table if you want your Sim to sit there and eat, and probably pull it a little bit further away from the wall, but I liked the way it looked because it kind of gave it a little bit more of a messy feel to it. But here I'm just picking out some items to put inside the laundry room. I do end up putting like an exposed pipe because I thought that was pretty cool and made it feel a little bit more like a utility area. This is not one of the Needs TLC apartments, so it doesn't have like the breaker box or the exposed pipes or anything, which is so nice because you don't have to work around those items. I think we do have them now in the live edit objects, but I'm not sure if they function. I'll have to test that out. That would be pretty interesting to know. But in here is the entryway, and so I wanted to clutter it up a little bit with like backpacks and some mail and stuff, so I put a few decorations over here on this coat rack. They also have the umbrella rack, and then I put some like picture frames in the parenthood board. I use a lot of picture frames in this build, and I actually go through and fill all of them before I take the screenshot, so you will notice there's pictures in there. I just used ones that I have up on my gallery. They all should be up there, I think anyways. They're just photographs of artwork that we already have in game. They're not pictures of Sims or anything, but I definitely imagined that the pictures in this build would be pictures of the kids and the dad and all of them together. I just didn't really have the time to go through and take the screenshots of that, but it's definitely something that I want to like have available for when I'm building and for screenshots and stuff. So I want to take some time to do that. Probably once I'm back from my vacation, I'll take like a day or so and go through and take just random screenshots of like Sims and families and maybe some like scenery pictures or stuff, because now that we have the option of putting pictures on tables, I haven't really utilized that very much because I just don't have good pictures that I want to use. So I just need to take the time to do that. So that'll be coming eventually. But either way, I rambled on through the bathroom. It's a very simple bathroom. It's the only one in the build. Yeah, it's a shower, sink, toilet. Should have everything you need. But here is going to be the dad's room, and for the dad, I didn't really work out his personality necessarily too much. I mean, I did a little bit. So I was thinking that he was into photography, so I give him like a few sort of like photography related items in here, and I gave him his own computer so he has a nice little space of his own to get work done or just like be by himself, because I'm sure it gets very crowded with having 3 daughters in this not very big apartment. And so he has a space to go and do whatever he needs to do on the computer. But I also put a few of those pictures or paintings that we got from Strangerville that showcase like old cars. And I was kind of thinking he could be like a car guy. Maybe he likes to go to car shows. Maybe he used to have like an old car and he had to get rid of it when he moved to the city, or maybe he rents a garage somewhere and he stores the old car there and he likes to work on it in his spare time. But either way, I just thought he was kind of like a car junkie and kind of a car guy, and I like that idea because it's not something I think about a whole lot since we don't actually have functioning cars in the game. But since we have the artwork and things like that, I was kind of thinking that would be a fun idea like for his personality. But as far as like career, I'm not sure exactly what he does or his traits or anything, but of course that's totally up to you guys if you want to play in this apartment. And since I wasn't making it for my save file, I didn't feel like it was necessary to totally work it out. But here you can see he has a bookcase in here. He also has a dresser with a few decorations on it. And then I also end up placing a few of those pictures that we got from Island Living, where you can see like the sea life, like the turtles and stuff. So I definitely thought that he did photography as like a hobby. Maybe that is his job. Maybe he's like a wildlife photographer, which could be pretty cool. I don't know. Again, totally up to you guys. But here I am going to be decorating the kids' room. I'm just messing around with the wallpapers. I wanted the wallpapers to be a bit more neutral, and I think I just end up going with this one that has the white on the bottom and the yellow on the top. And I think I end up making that for the teen too, but we'll see when I get onto that room. But for now, I'm decorating the kids' room, just picking out their beds. I wanted their beds to look kind of similar, so I think I end up going with these ones. They just have different colored frames. So the one that has the purple bed sheets is going to be the girl that is more clean and tidy. She's very feminine. I feel like she likes wearing dresses and like having her hair up in a bow and like very like proper and probably really adorable. Like I really like that idea. And then the one that has all the posters, she is more rambunctious, and I put that one that's kind of like that Harry Potter inspired character. She's got the like cow plant skull and a few random decorations. So I definitely thought that she was into like reading like science fiction books and into aliens, and I just feel like she's just a bit more of a tomboy, and I really like that idea because I was definitely a tomboy as a kid too. So yeah, very relatable to me. And they share this desk over here, so I was figuring that the right side of the desk was the girl that's more into science fiction, and then the left side of the desk is the girl that's more into school and being tidy and clean and stuff. So I try to make the desk reflect that a little bit. I mean, I think it kind of does. I do put a few decorations up on the wall on her side, and she gets a few pieces of artwork over here, but again, I was trying to keep it very nice and tidy so she doesn't have like a bunch of messy posters and things, and I thought that worked pretty well. And then there I did place a laundry hamper in front of the closet, and I did play test that because I wasn't sure if it was going to block the closet, but it didn't block anything. I think as long as you leave the right side of the closet free, then your sim should be able to use it without any issues. And then this is going to be the teenager's room. So like I mentioned, I thought that she was wanting to be a musician or an actress, just really wants to be famous, and I figured she's really into clothes, so I decided to use that open clothes rack that we got from the Moschino stuff pack so she can display her shoes and her clothes. And I feel like she's quite girly too, but quite edgy at the same time. Like, I feel like she likes to experiment with her style and be a bit more creative and expressive with the types of clothes that she likes to wear. And I really enjoyed creating the vanity area. Now, I didn't use the vanities that we got from Vintage Glamour where your Sims can actually sit down and do their makeup. I do more of just like it's like a pretend vanity, or like I don't know what you want to call it, but I use this chair that's like a producer's chair or a director's chair, and I put some magazines and like a bunch of makeup clutter. I go into the debug menu and find like the palette of eyeshadows and blushes and like the nail file, like most of the things that I could find, and I just placed them all around here, and I thought that looked so good, and I really just enjoy the way her room came together and adding like posters, and I think it has so much personality, and I think this is like the most fun I've had creating a teenager's room in a while, and I just absolutely love it. So hopefully you guys are going to like it too. I kind of struggled with picking out a mirror because I wanted there to be a mirror kind of leaning against the table, so I end up using Move Objects and using this one, and it kind of looks like it's sitting on the table. Right now I forgot to delete the one behind it, so it looks a little bit weird, but I do delete it when I take the screenshots. And then I also add a few books around, some like acting books, and I think one about singing, maybe. I think they're all acting books. I'm not exactly sure. And then I do place a poster or like a picture frame around. And then this is basically it for the build. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this apartment, and hopefully you guys do enjoy the screenshot. So thank you so much for watching, and please leave any comments or suggestions that you have, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye!
I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars. I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Look at these beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Lay my troubles to rest. Blow the smoke through my cigarette. City lights looking fun, and I know this is my time.